even tried the strategy of bumping up the purchase price to include the closing costs. So they're getting 16, but I remember seeing a VA loan and that resonated with me. Like, this was somebody that served our country, and look what I could do for them. That's how I saw it. But apparently everybody does not think that way, because and just an FYI, VA loans have no money down. So that's why it's such a good product for veterans and people that have served, because, you know, they don't have to put any money down. So it's like, it's a benefit to them. But I am finding it challenging, you know, getting a VA accepted over cash offers, conventional offers, at least in this market that we're in right now. So I just wanted, if you have a VA loan, you're not putting any money down. It's nice if you can get the seller to pay closing costs, but in this market, go ahead and be okay with paying closing costs to get you in the house. I remember what I was going to tell with SoldByNat.com, associate broker with Virtual Properties Realty. We're about to have a car chronicle, because I was just thinking about some things, and I'm like, let me just record and share this. I'm working with this couple. They have a VA loan, and it's like, wow, I'm surprised at the response that I'm getting to this VA loan. And why I say that is because just on this last one, so I was about to get home and put in an offer. So the note said the agent wanted offers by 6 p.m. and I showed them the property close to 5. So I knew, and it was a ways away. So I knew I wasn't going to get home in time for the offer. So I said, I'm going to call and give her the verbal. And gave her the verbal, and she wasn't really, she wasn't moved like, or giving me anything like, oh, this is a great offer, get it in. It was just like, I'll add it to the Excel spreadsheet. Literally, that's what she told me. I'll add it to the Excel spreadsheet. She already had 6 offers and 2 more expected. The home was just listed yesterday. But this is the market. This is what we've been experiencing. Like, they've already lost out on 2 homes because of this same thing. Multiple offers is nothing that scares me or I shy away from, because I've had people that I have won the multiple offers more than one occasion. So I'm very comfortable. But with them, the challenge is, one, the type of loan that they have is a VA loan, which I'm realizing is not as attractive as a conventional cash. Cash is number 1, then conventional. Then I think they might take FHA before VA, or FHA and VA are kind of neck and neck, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Where I talk about down payment assistance, and I mentioned, you know, the rank of financing, which is cash, conventional, FHA. Aside from, you know, and the other reason why they're having a hard time is because they're asking for closing costs, and that's another thing in this multiple offer situation, this multiple offer market that we're in. Like, yeah. Don't expect to get closing costs. And the lender told them, ask for closing costs. And we've talked about this on several occasions. Like, the lender's going to tell you to do that. Yeah, the lender's going to tell you to ask for closing costs because it decrees how much you have to bring to the table, but they're not out here in this market and seeing how this market is going. So, guys, remember that closing costs is totally optional. Like, closing costs are actually your costs as the buyer. The seller's already paying commission. So they already have those added costs. They're paying those commissions for their agent and the buyer's agent. Like, they already have costs associated, plus the cost of getting home ready, all that other stuff. Closing costs are the buyer's costs. So you're asking the seller, in addition to what you're already taking care of, can you go ahead and help me with these closing costs? Please understand that, because there's a lot of buyers in this market, or people that really think that the seller is obligated to help you, and they're not. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. It's totally negotiable. They could give you 0, they can give you some, you know, it is what it is. So just don't go in expecting that. And then the last thing is, like, pretty much back to the point about what I'm seeing with VAs. Like, I've worked with VAs before. Like, I've accepted on listings VAs before, and VAs aren't bad in my mind. Like, I don't see that as a deterrent. If anything, for me, honestly, when I see a VA, I'm like, that's somebody that served our country. Like, so I don't dismiss them. Personally, when I sold my home, my first home, And if I have a video about that, I'll put that somewhere in there. I think I talked about it in my personal home story about my first home and all that. But when it came time to sell it, the person that bought the home had a VA loan. And I had multiple offers on the home. And when I was, comparing them or weighing them, I don't remember the numbers or anything like that. It was back in 2016. But I remember seeing a VA loan. And that resonated with me. Like, this was somebody that served our country, and look what I could do for them. That's how I saw it. But apparently everybody does not think that way, because this last one just said, I told her the verbal offer. Like I said, she was not moved, she was not wooed, she was not surprised, she was not giving me anything like yes. So she said, when you get home, before you submit it, check with me to see if you should even go ahead. So I did that, let her know I'm almost home, at this purchase price and these closing costs. And they reduced the closing costs that they were asking for. So they're coming around to be more flexible. Should I go ahead and submit the offer? And she was like, no, I don't think so. Exact words. No, I don't think so. We have a cash offer and we have several conventional offers. If anything changes, I will let you know. Sorry. And I have to tell you guys, I truly appreciate her transparency, because with these other two offers that we lost out on, like, we're going through the whole rigmarole of submitting the offer, waiting, finding out they went with another offer, which is the process and what you're supposed to do. But I just appreciate that agent doing me a solid and letting me know, like, listen, y'all really don't have a chance, so don't even bother. And I'll let the clients know, so now we don't have to go through this whole, are they gonna get it, are they gonna respond, are they not, because their hopes, they're getting their hopes up and then it's not, panning out how, they want to. So I don't want to keep them going through that. So I'm glad that she was upfront about that. But I was talking to an agent in my office, and she was talking to me about, an experience that she's having with a deal, and it's VA, and it was just an awful experience. And I'm like, really? And yeah, she's, I already knew that VA inspectors can be a little more nitpicky and things like that. So I'm thinking that's the caution that people are having, why they won't pick a VA first over anything else. But I'm like, if the house is in good condition, like, I can see if it was falling apart and stuff like that. But if the house is in a decent condition, a good condition, that really shouldn't be a big deal. Then another one, I'm assisting an agent that's out on maternity leave. The buyer on that one is a VA loan, served our country, but then underwriting came back with something stupid where I'm like, why are they even doing this? Because it just don't make sense. But they're like, listen, VA is its own beast, its own little entity. You do whatever VA asks you to do. So I just want to share that with you in the house. I remember what I was going to tell you. I was going to tell you that we've even tried the strategy of bumping up the purchase price to include the closing costs. So let's just say, like, on this one was $205, they were going to offer $215 and ask for $6,000 back in closing costs, and do whatever that math is. I'll put it here. And so they were still going to come up, the seller was still going to have a net of more than they were asking. But then the thing that the agents are saying, which is a valid concern, valid and not valid. So it's valid, and this happened in the last deal too. They're like, well, what if it doesn't appraise for $215? And they don't even want to chance it of accepting an offer that doesn't appraise, and now we have to deal with that on the back end, even though my buyers would be in a situation where they could, deal with it if they had to pay some closing costs. But we're not even getting the opportunity to come back and have those conversations, because they're like, no, they're not even giving us a chance. They don't even want to entertain it. So I'm just like, normally that strategy would work, offer more to include the closing costs. But yeah, no, they are kind of going with the sure number that they're confident this home is going to appraise at, and either zero or less closing costs. So yeah, so I hope you guys are well. If you have any questions, please go ahead and put them down below. If you have any information about a VA loan that could help someone, please go ahead and share that. Have a positive, peaceful, and productive day. I will see you guys in my next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.